Welcome to Coco's Corner. I'm the huge one, Dave Coco from Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com, where the world goes to kick ass, your home for combat sports, and where it's okay to be a passionate fan. This is our NXT review of this week. Next, we'll be doing a SmackDown review, so stay tuned to our channel for that. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun YouTube stuff. And as always, we always start with win, loss, or tie. Please, in the comments, if you can, tell us if you thought this was a win for NXT, a loss for NXT, or you just thought it was in the middle tie. This one's got a lot of different reviews I see online. I see a lot of different reactions on Facebook. Some people thinking it was the greatest thing ever with the Vaudevillains. Some people saying, "Oh my God, this is horrible." I'm gonna go with a strong tie, almost a win, but I'm gonna go with a tie just because I expect a lot more from NXT, and it seems since NXT had their big event, which was absolutely amazing, they lost a lot of guys to WWE. You know, it is the developmental league, and they do get called up. They have lost a lot of guys, but it just seems to me that they are focusing too much on story. And we have Impact, we have Raw, we have SmackDown, we have Main Event, all focusing on story. I was kind of hoping that NXT would focus just on in-ring action, but no, they're adding a lot of storytelling elements to it, and it's not as embarrassing, you know, at least for some people. Different people have different views on the Vaudevillains. I guess that was the big debut. So if you want to put in the comments what you thought of Vaudevillains, that'd be great. All right, so first it starts off with the Tyson Kidd, Natty storyline with JBL, and Tyson Kidd's being a jerk, and Natty's just looking out for him because he loves. It's a little cheesy, but I enjoy it. It's like, okay, I get it, you know. Everyone that's been married has that one good wife who looks out for you, and you're just an asshat to her. So I'm like, all right, I can relate to that. And then it goes to Alexa Bliss defeats Sasha Banks. This is more of a story about the BFFs. The BFFs keep fighting, seeing who wants to be number one. Summer Rae and Charlotte keep bumping each other. This looks like it would be an enjoyable match, but once again, the match is kind of put on the back burner for storytelling. And it's the same story. And like, okay, let's just speed it up. We get it. They hate each other. They don't hate each other. They hate each other. They don't hate each other. Bliss gets a huge upset. Really funny entrance. Reminds me of like 80s cartoons. Like if Alexa Bliss comes out to like every 80s girls cartoon ever. Another reason I know that is because I have a sister, and I'm sticking to that story. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Mojo Rawley defeated Garrett Dillon. I just, you know, a lot of people get hyped, pumped up, bullshit. They're buying into it. They really like this guy. I just don't see it. Now, I've been proved wrong before. I admitted I've been wrong before, but I just don't see it. Like the Ultimate Warrior back in the day, he was pumped up and excited. I'm trying to think, you know, there have been guys that have lots of energy that just don't go around saying I'm pumped up. To me, it just seems like a big guy getting blown up, looking like he wants to be pumped up and hyped up all the time. I just don't think the character and the athlete go together. I'm just not impressed with it so far. I know different people have different views on Mojo Rawley, but I don't get it. I don't get it. Stay pumped! Oh my God, I'm blown up. I'm still pumped up. Oh, come on. I'm still pumped. It's just like, you know, and trust me, I'm older, so a lot of the younger viewers won't know this, but it's like that old friend who still hangs out with people way too young for him, but still acts like he's a party animal, but he's like really blown up. Like me, you know, you get to an age, you're like, oh, dude, I'm just too fucking old. I'm not going to go night clubbing. I'm not going to go dancing. I'm not going to go karaoke, and I'm not going to pull all-nighters in Roppongi. I'm just going to go home, read a book, maybe do a podcast or two, and that's it. But yeah, that one friend's like, I'll be young forever. I'm pumped up. I can do this. And you just look at it, and you're like, dude, you're having a horrible time just trying to be something you're not. Just be you, Mojo. You're not this pumped up, hyped up guy. You're a decent wrestler. You look older. I don't know how fucking old you are, but you look like maybe you shouldn't be on the NXT roster. And you're like, I'm pumped up. I'm full of energy. And it just, no one's buying it. It's like, no, you're not, Grandpa. Just go home. So Mojo Rawley, I request that you just go look in a mirror long enough to find out who you are. Because this whole I stay hyped bullshit just isn't working. You're not the guy. I mean, Ultimate Warrior at the age of 98 looked more pumped up and excited than you did. So there. Now, of course, the big thing, guys that stole it, over-the-top gimmick, the Vaudevillains, I hope I'm saying that right, the Vaudevillains defeated Dawkins and Tyler, and people on the internet have exploded saying this is the greatest thing ever, and some people said it's absolutely horrible. I'm somewhere in the middle. I see it as a cute, funny gimmick, but here's the thing. All these people are like, oh, they're going to have a job forever, especially indie wrestlers on Facebook. They get it. They get what wrestling is. It's a gimmick. Vince loves this. Look who they've cut recently. JTG. He was a gimmick. He wasn't untouchable. Brodus Clay was a gimmick. He was a great gimmick. Kids loved him. He wasn't untouchable. Sin Cara in some ways, you could argue, but WWE acts like it wants to be Jakara, and these characters, bigger than life, this is how you make it in the Fed. And that's just not the case. It's not the fucking case. So I did find it to be kind of entertaining, kind of cute, thought it was very Jakara-ish. I enjoyed it. But all these indie wrestlers been like, yeah, don't fucking take yourself seriously. This is fucking it. Fucking it's all about entertainment. I just like, no, it's a bad career move. WWE pretends they are about entertainment, but at the end of the day, they're just about putting over their friends. I mean, I wish these guys nothing but the best. I really think highly of English. I don't know much about the other guy, but I want to see where it goes. And not only that, but even look at some of the people in our doghouse. Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow had a great 80s gimmick that got over with everyone. The WWE just crapped on it. I think WWE is like, oh yeah, like to me, getting a gimmick in this generation WWE is getting an instant push and being forgotten about. That's what it is. These guys will get shot to the moon, such as Fandango, all these guys. They have these 80s style gimmicks that Vince absolutely loves because he would rather just stay in the 80s forever. And then all these indie wrestlers that fucking don't want to bust their ass and put on 5-star matches go on Facebook and be like, this is what wrestling's about! And the reality is, yeah, they're going to get probably shot to the moon, forgotten about, and be cut this time next year. I don't know. Like, I wish WWE, if you want to be 80s gimmick stuff, then why ain't Damien Sandow good? Why is Brodus Clay going to Japan to save dolphins? Why? Because you're full of shit. You're full of shit. And that's what sucks about NXT and WWE. There's so many people giving these young athletes advice that they know is not going to be successful. With that said, I don't think it's the greatest thing ever, like a lot of people do on Facebook. I do find it enjoyable. I think it's funny. I think it has a place in pro wrestling. But to all those indie wrestlers saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna fucking put on great matches because look," and I'm paraphrasing. That's not what they're saying, but that's what it looks like they're saying to me. Yeah, dude, I guarantee these guys won't have a job in a year, 2 years. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I don't want to see anyone lose their work, but I think it's a great gimmick. They'll get pushed to the moon and forgotten about. They have too much of a track record just forgetting about gimmicks. So I hope you can enjoy it while it lasts. And if this is your style of wrestling, if you're like, wow, I want to be entertained, I want to have funny shit, there's a lot of good indies. The first one that comes to mind is Jakara. Like, if you're like, oh, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, this is what pro wrestling's about, please go watch Jakara. And then you got Tyler Breeze, who, Mojo Riley, I've been wrong before, and Tyler Breeze is what I was wrong about. I did not see how Tyler Breeze was a good wrestler. I didn't see what people were talking about. I was wrong. He had a great match. But it seems like he's back to, I'll just got a WWE gimmick. I'll just take it easy. Him versus Kalisto, I hope I say that right. Somewhat entertaining, but very slow. I was expecting so much more. I was like on the Tyler Breeze bandwagon, like, holy shit, this guy can go. Kalisto can go. This is going to be awesome. I guess not. Well, you can't win them all. Then you had the main event where you had the Ascension, who's doing, I guess a newer version. I wouldn't say it's a copy, but a newer version of like a tough tag team. There's been plenty before, like the Road Warriors, Demolition. So it's a very tough tag team. It's more of this generation. Go against Tyson Kidd and Sami Zayn for the titles. I was looking forward to this match, but it turned into more storyline. And that's what NXT is. You got on paper, well, especially the last 2 weeks. You got on paper, you're like, wow, these guys are gonna bust their ass. I can't wait to watch this match. Oh, it's storyline driven. Oh, all right, well, yeah, I guess we gotta make storylines. If I don't have enough storylines on fucking Raw. Yes. And I'm not saying that there shouldn't be storylines. Just saying that we should have one fucking show that is based on pure pro wrestling, and that's what NXT was. And it would be the perfect show for it because you can craft their skills and then give them the crazy gimmicks once they go up to the big stage. But that's not the case at all. Sami Zayn is getting the shit kicked out of him. Tyson Kidd looks for the tag. He gets pissed off and just leaves Sami Zayn there to get his ass whooped. The Ascension keeps the tag team championships, and Tyson Kidd just walks out. So they're trying to make it heel Tyson Kidd. And I am a huge fan of Tyson Kidd. I have been since, back in his Canadian days. I remember going to FCW and chanting, you don't change, you change them. And I hope something good happens with Tyson Kidd. I really do. I know there's internet rumors about him putting on a mask and being shot, getting some type of push. I hope that's true. I really do. NXT, I'm going to give you a tie, but that's about it. I expect more from you. You're like that young. Yeah, I used to be a teacher, but it's like coming into school and you have this new foreign kid who's like, hey, I'm from China. Wow, way to go. And he does great. And then out of nowhere, he's just like, you know what? I'm going to stop trying. And then you're just like, no, come on, NXT. Keep trying, pal. Don't give up. You could be one of the good students. I don't know where the fuck that was going, but I just expect more from NXT. So I'm going to give it a tie. Please put win-loss tie down in the comments what you thought of the Vaudevillains. And, I appreciate it. Go to Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com. Jerry and David Cooey and Pablo have been busting their asses, and we're just going to keep improving one step at a time. I want to give a shout-out to Boom Boom, who's in Nebraska covering their crazy-ass weather. Hopefully Boom Boom can come back soon. Boom Boom's just been crazy busy with his real-life job. No! But know how you can help that? Actually, I'm lying to you. Even if you did buy T-shirts, Boom Boom probably still have to keep his job. But hell, I'm already this far into lie. I'm gonna ask permission to keep going with the lie. Do you know how you can help Boom Boom not work so hard? You can go to Kocosports.com and buy an Internet Infantry T-shirt. Nothing like admitting you're lying in the middle of a sales pitch. Oh well, gotta keep it honest with your lies. All right, so please go to Kocosports.com. Hopefully, we got a lot of big plans. We have a lot of big dreams, and hopefully, you can see that through. So one step forward, keep moving forward, as Disney would say. All right, so go to Kocosports.com. And with that, oh, hold on. And also, we're gonna be doing a SmackDown review in like 10 minutes to 5 hours to 6 days. So within 10 minutes to 6 hours to 10 days, there will be a SmackDown review. Thank you so much for those that watch the reviews. Like, comment, subscribe. And with that, I am over.